Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to Oba's Trending Gist, where we break down the stories that are really shaping our country. So let's get straight into it. There is a political storm brewing. The North, the same region that gave President Bola Ahmed Tinubu over 60% of its votes, is showing signs of a major fallout. We are seeing powerful figures like El-Rufai and Kwankwaso, and even groups like the Arewa Consultative Forum crying foul, saying they are being marginalized. They've even formed a new coalition. Now, how is the presidency reacting? Are they worried? Well, we have a jaw-dropping clip from Arise News where the Executive Secretary of the National Institute for Cultural Orientation, Otunba Ajiboye, came out swinging. He didn't just defend the government, he went on the attack. We are going to break down his argument in three parts. First, let's watch his opening salvo. Sit back and take a watch.
Well, joining us on the show to discuss President Tinubu's game plan to win back the North or diffuse the northern advantages of landmass and population ahead of 2027 is Otunba Ajiboye, Executive Secretary, National Institute for Cultural Orientation. Good morning, sir, and welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. Good morning.
Well, Otunba, simple question. The North is angry. The North says they are being marginalized. The stakeholders say they want more. Now, what is the game plan on the part of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his team? Because as it is, you have the opposition coalition, and then now you have a whole section of the North, or the entire North, or the major stakeholders in the North, saying, well, we gave you 64% of the votes. You are not giving us 64% of federal government attention. What are your thoughts?
Thank you very much, my brother Ruben. It's nice to see you again.
Morning.
At this point in Nigeria, we should begin to understand that there are those people who play the proper politics and those that are political merchants, just commercial politicians. They cry wolf when there is no basis for such. All the statistics available with respect to Asiwaju's choice of projects, choice of appointments, has been skewed positively towards the North. So the people speaking are not speaking about on the basis of statistics available. They are speaking on the basis of their personal discomfort or personal unhappiness or personal bitterness. And they are trying to say that the North is speaking. The North is not speaking. They are the ones that are speaking. If you take a person like Malam El-Rufai, for instance, and he tries to let you know that he's speaking for the North, we are all intelligent enough to know that he's not speaking for the North. When they have an appointment, a political appointment, like one man I see around often, his name is Baba. When they have a political appointment today and the appointment gets terminated for reasons, they go on TV to say the North is not happy. So the question we should ask ourselves, at this juncture, actually is who is the North that is not happy? I am from Kwara State. They categorize me as a Northerner. So, are you saying the thoughts of an Igbominam man in Kwara and the thought of a Sokoto man categorizing themselves as North are the same? James Faleke is from Kogi. Are you saying that the man from Kogi and the Jukun man or the Plateau man, they see themselves as one North? You see, let's stop this generalization in categorizing the North, the South. It's not the same. What affects electoral fortune in a place like Katsina may not be the same thing that will affect electoral fortune in a place like Borno, and they all say North. This North is used as a political terminology to achieve certain political commercialization or commercial interests. And we know all of them. Once they gather like that and they begin to tout the North is not happy, you ask them, which part of the North is not happy? Yeah, it is not impossible that all the programs and policies of the president may not affect everybody the same time, the same way. Yes, but we shouldn't come and start to put wool on other people's faces to say, okay, the North is, there is no North that is not happy. From the statistics available, the North still has bigger chunk of all the projects and attention, from appointments to projects. Okay, so, where is the unhappiness of the North coming from is the question I like to ask them. If they tell us where the unhappiness is coming from and they are practical and realistic, I trust the president will make amends because the oath the president swore to is to protect and work for all Nigerians, regardless of those who voted him and those who do not vote. He has done so much to the Southeast.
Okay,
we didn't have so much vote from the South.
All right, well, let's focus on the North. We're still dealing with the North because, well, you know, I understand that you would downplay the issue and, you know, almost trivialize it to an extent, but the argument is that there were over 60 appointees of this government who were a part of this forum that has been taking place in Kaduna. And what many people interpret that as is that obviously the administration is shaken by the conversations that are taking place, many of which are not even from opposition. You have Arewa Consultative Forum, for example, who are saying that they are marginalized.
Okay, right off the bat, Otunba Ajiboye set the tone. His strategy is clear: divide and conquer. He argues that this isn't the North speaking, but rather a few disgruntled individuals. He calls political merchants and commercial politicians. He's essentially saying these are people who are bitter because they didn't get appointments or their personal interests are not being served. He specifically named Malam El-Rufai, framing this as a personal vendetta rather than a genuine regional grievance. This is a very direct political tactic. Instead of engaging with the broad issue of marginalization, you discredit the messenger. By doing this, the administration is trying to tell the public, don't listen to them. They are just sore losers. The question is, will the people of the North buy this argument, especially when credible groups are also raising concerns? Well, the host at Arise News pushed him on this exact point. Let's see what happened next. Take a watch.
You have the governor of Gombe State saying he's not feeling federal presence in his state. So I understand the politics of it, but you do have major stakeholders who represent genuine blocks of people in the northern region of the country who are saying that they are not feeling federal presence. So are you saying this is just a gang up? Are you saying all is well in the North, that all of the schools have gotten attention, infrastructure, all projects are going ahead perfectly, and that this is just a political ploy?
Yes, my sister, can I tell you something? There's no one government that can solve all the problems of a people, whether Nigeria, Lesotho, Kenya, wherever. There's no one government. Because, of course, you realize that we don't have all the revenue in the world. Nigeria was broke as at the time the president took over. So there are too many things, there are too many issues that you raised. I tried to see if I can attend to them. That the president sent or deployed 60 appointees to attend the Arewa meeting is a mark of respect for the North. It's not a mark of weakness. I mean, if you say we have not done enough, let the people that are doing it come and tell you how much they have done. That's the essence. That's the language there. It's not a consequence of panic. No, not at all. Now, if you say that Gombe is saying that there's no federal presence, let the governor come and tell us what he's been doing with his federal allocation that has tripled, you know, in the last 2 years. What federal presence does he want? He has an autonomy to be governor of a state. He's an executive governor of a state. Let him first of all come and tell us what the Gombe state, you know, presence has been in Gombe. You know, people make statements and they believe they play on the political naivety of the masses, believing that the masses are so poor. When they hear things like "we'll make life better for you," they jump at it. This is the game they are playing. This president is one of the most practical presidents we have ever had in this country. I'm not too young to know. I know practically all the presidents. I became an adult around many years ago, so I can see and I can feel. I mean, there has been no government that has taken care of regional governments, state governments, more than Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu has done. None. In terms of resources, in terms of attention, in terms of emotional intelligence. You understand? So I don't expect any opposition to say good things about about our government. No. But whatever they say, they must be mindful of the fact that, if they come on this seat, can they do better? Okay. Those are the kind of questions they should ask themselves.
Okay. Otunba, yeah. Would you respect? This is Rufai speaking here. In fact, I hear you, yes, and I feel your point. And I have a word for it. All these people are just jealous. They have bad belly towards the good works of President Tinubu. And it's obvious. Is it not people like El-Rufai? When he supported President Tinubu the last time, he was not speaking for the North then now, was he? But all of a sudden, he's speaking for the North now. They're just jealous of you. I'm jealous of the success.
He lost his ministerial appointments.
Yeah, because he lost his ministerial appointments. Look at the other people that are talking. Is it not jealousy? In fact, they have no reason to talk at all. That's my position, sir. Can you just continue in that line? They have no reason to talk at all. Look at Kwankwaso, for instance. He said, coastal road, because President Tinubu is doing coastal road. What about the infrastructure being done in the north? So they have no reason to speak at all. Is that not the position?
Well, I can feel your body language, but let me coast along. The issue with Kwankwaso is simple. He has asked a simple question, and he has been answered very, very eloquently by the spokespersons of the president. Right. You see, to be very honest with you, politics is a game. There's a lot very unclear to the masses. Politicians try to play on the intelligence of the masses a lot. Today, El-Rufai was praising the president before the election and even during the campaign and immediately after the election. The next minute he started being very poisonous. He started to issue acidic expressions. And people tried to ask him, you have been governor for 8 years. What legacy did you leave in Kaduna? A man who had no good legacy from his state is now trying to say he wants to form a coalition to collapse a government.
But with due respect, with due respect, sir, when President Tinubu went to meet the same El-Rufai to tell him that I need you, did he forget? Or was there a case of amnesia that the same El-Rufai didn't leave good legacy in Kaduna then, when President Tinubu went to meet him in that same Kaduna to say, I need you?
Rufai, that's not exactly the point. It is not for President Tinubu to look at his, to say, you didn't do well in Kaduna, or you did. It is for the locals to bring up the dossier of his government. What Tinubu had done in Kaduna is reasonable. El-Rufai is not a totally invaluable, or is not a man without any value. No, he's a brilliant man. The point we are making is that he's using his brilliance for personal reasons and selfish reasons. That is where the issue is from. I'm not saying that he didn't have problems or he's a perfect person. He has his issues, but he's a very intelligent man. But the fact remains that his intelligence is not used for the common good.
Okay.
He only sees himself, he feels himself, he knows himself, and it's just, when it's not about him, he wants to disrupt everything, totally.
Otunba,
that's just who El-Rufai is.
Otunba, invariably, every intelligent person uses his intelligence to promote his own interests, within the community. So there's always that personal element there.
When you come to public office, it's a different matter. Okay. Yes, personal element, I agree.
Don't let's argue. But is the attitude in the presidency that all these people criticizing President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, they are better ignored because they don't mean anything. Your colleague Boala was calling them disgruntled people jesters.
Did you catch that pivot? When the host brought up the Arewa Consultative Forum and the governor of Gombe State, who is an APC governor. By the way, Otunba Ajiboye charged his line of attack. He couldn't call them political merchants so easily, so He did something else. He questioned their own performance. He asked the Gombe governor, "What have you done with the triple federal allocation you've received?" He accuses the critics of being jealous and having a bad belly. This is a powerful, if deflective, argument. It's shifting the burden of responsibility from federal government to the state government. He is saying, before you complain about what president is not doing for you, tell us what you are doing for your own people with the resources you have. It is a way of muddying the waters and making it debate about state-level competence, not just federal presence. But it gets even more intense. In the final part of this clash, they discuss the 2027 coalition. Listen to the confidence from the government side. Watch this.
Is that the general attitude of the presidency? And then this morning, we were discussing Chief Ralph Okenwosu, who said that there was an attempt to lobby him with 3 ministerial positions, where he has not disclosed who lobbied him. But you are inside the corridors of power. Do you have any information, about attempts by the presidency to woo people with promise of position? Although I had argued that even if the president sent emissaries to Ralph Okenwosu, with all his experience in politics, you should know that you can't rely on that. After all, El-Rufai relied on promise, had expectations. At the end of the day, he was disappointed.
My brother Ruben, we're in a terrain that is playing out so much comedy. And we need to get our popcorn and enjoy the comedy. See, people come out to say different kinds of things. And, politics is about, people take advantage of who they are to make statements, expecting the public to jump on such statements. Okay. Between you and I, what value did ADC have as a party before the coalition talk has made them a bit popular? That the president, well, he didn't say the president actually, that anybody will now go and say, I will give you ministerial appointment if you don't. Politics doesn't work like that. With the ADC thing you are seeing, the political value, electoral value of every member of ADC is discounted, terribly discounted. Because personally, each and every one of them has lost their immediate environment. And politics is local. Tell me one person among them that still controls his state. Is it David Mark? Is it Rotimi Amechi? Is it El-Rufai himself? Is it Rauf Aregbesola? Maybe Peter Obi, because of his newly found social media activism and the young people gravitating towards him. So, if all of these people put together do not have one local government they control, is that the kind of, are those the kind of people the presidency will now be offering ministerial appointments, or a man who holds a party that was nothing? ADC was nothing. Check the election results. So the presidency will now run after him and say, we give you ministerial appointment in 2027 if you disallow them to use your platform. If they don't use this platform, can't they use another platform? You see, those are very empty statements that I don't even like to consider, because I can't understand the logic. I can't feel the logic. But that apart, the point here is, my brother Rufai and my brother Ruben, the North is not complaining. I've just told you, the man in Borno is not a friend of the man in Sokoto, and the man in Sokoto cannot determine who he will vote for. The environment determines. And President Tinubu is a politically intelligent human being. Take that from me. I am very serious about it. None of them in the political arena today has this kind of intelligence, or combination of his kind of quality, native intelligence, street credibility.
City boy.
He has been a corporate player.
Titan. City
He's
boy.
a corporate player.
City boy.
Now he's a public governance guru.
Yes.
Nobody has those kind of intelligence or those kind of qualities combined. So therefore, and the man has seen it. He had only Lagos at a point. He got the Southwest to himself. Who has that kind of energy, patience? A man is just out of power in less than 2 years. El-Rufai.
Homologo strategists.
A man is just out of a man is just out of power in 2 years. El-Rufai is all over the place crying. Amechi just left power. Amechi has not done any work in his entire life apart from benefiting from government. He just left power. He now says he's hungry. Are those the kind of people you want to believe?
On that note, Otunba, I certainly do think that you've made your point loud and clear. Thank you for your contribution. I hope that those with ears shall hear it.
City boy, corporate titan, public governance guru. The praises for President Tinubu is on full display here. Otunba Ajiboye is essentially dismissing the new opposition coalition as a joke. His argument is that all the members of this new group have lost political relevance in their own local areas. He says politics is local, and if you can't control your ward or state, how can you challenge a sitting president? He claims President Tinubu is a master strategist who has already secured his bases, especially in the southwest, and isn't panicking at all. In fact, he suggests the president's move to send over 60 of his appointees to the Arewa meeting wasn't a sign of weakness or panic, but a sign of respect and a strategic masterstroke. The message here is one of the absolute confidence. They see this new coalition not as a threat, but as a last cry of political irrelevant figures. So, after watching all of that, what's the real gist? Here is my take. Otunba Ajiboye is a passionate and articulate defender of the government, and he makes some valid points. Politics is driven by interests, and it's undeniable that some of the loudest critics are figures who expected to be in the inner circle of this administration but found themselves on the outside. Their personal frustration are certainly a factor. He is also correct that the North is not one single unified voice. However, to dismiss all these grievances as just the jealousy of a few men is a very risky strategy for Tinubu's administration. You see, these politicians, whether you like them or not, are tapping into a very real undercurrent of disconnect. The economic hardship, the persistent insecurity in parts of the region, and the feelings that the promises of the campaign are not being met are genuine sentiments felt by millions of ordinary people. When a farmer in Katsina or a small trader in Kano hears El-Rufai or Kwankwaso speaking, they may not care about their ministerial ambitions. What they hear is someone voicing their own frustration. The danger for the government is ignoring the message because they dislike the messenger. Perception is everything in politics. If the dominant perception in the North becomes that this government is not for them, it doesn't matter what the statistics says. That perception will become a political reality that will be very difficult to manage come 2027. While the administration is right to project strength, they must also show that they are listening. True political mastery isn't just about outmaneuvering your rivals. It's about addressing the legitimate concern of the people who puts you in power. This is more than just a political game. It's about governance, and the jury is still out on that. And that's the trending gist for today. What do you think? Is the administration right to dismiss these claims, or are they playing with fire? Is this a case of bad belle politics or a genuine cry for help from the North? Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. I want to hear from you. And if you found this analysis insightful, please do me a huge favor. Smash that like button, subscribe to Oba's Trending Gist, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm your host, Oba, and I'll see you in the next one.